Well, once again, people, welcome to yet another episode of, well, Marvelous Monstrosities and Devilish Designs. Still have a couple more to be tackling for this giant list. So here's another one. This is the Contra Spread Gun. Basically, in remembrance of the wonderful Nintendo arcade game Contra. Basically, it's a quick C add-in for the all-powerful Spread Gun. Sorry, there's no Metal Eagles to shoot down here. Anyway, it's made by Tiger Shark, aka Superhero Number 1, on August 12th of 1996. Anyway, the gun itself is toggled with the rocket launcher by hitting Impulse 190. Each shot will take about 5 cells, and won't fire if you don't have any cells. The Holman Spread Gun is just that. It's just like the Spread Gun, but will home in on its target. It also requires 25 cells. Also for fun, he added the Dog Rocket. He added this in for fun last night. It's kind of crazy, it's only for fun. It's a flying, homing dog. It's good for a laugh for all. It's just, uses just like the Spread Gun switching, except it's Impulse 191. Yeah, I already kind of have a dog rocket or whatnot. I think it was like the donkey rocket it was called. Yeah, it's a rather relatively simple modification to do all in told. We'll see how this one looks. This one sounds like it's a homing one, which I don't like. Other than that, let's see here. The files, blah, blah, blah. The instruction process I don't really care about. My god, is this instruction process really... Actually, yeah, I should mention that, people. He included a lot of instructions in the documentation instead of just including the QC himself. So you basically have to go in and modify almost everything yourself. If you know what you're doing, that could be alright. But someone that doesn't really know what they're doing navigating around the QC can kind of be a bit of a mess. Yeah, it's not exactly the most intuitive of mods, to say the least. Anyway, he tried to find all the bugs, but if the people that play this mod could email him with suggestions, bug finds, or whatever, he'll be able to whip up more cool stuff. Simple enough, straightforward, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's really not much to this, like I said. It's just basically we're getting a couple different modes for the rocket launcher, so... Needless to say, nothing really that exciting here. We've seen a million different modes for the different rocket launcher, but this one's inspired by Contra! That of course is something different. What in God's name app am I going to choose? E3M7. I kind of just typed it in, so there we are. Impulse 9 so we get the rocket launcher. And currently, here's the rocket launcher. Boom. Simple enough, right? But still Impulse 110. That should have just want me to... I thought it was Impulse 110. Did I choose the wrong number? I thought it was Impulse... Oh, it's 190. My mistake. Yeah, see, it's hard to remember what impulses are what. There we are. Okay, Spread Gun armed. Okay, get ready, and let's see. How does this work? Well, you want a bunch of explosions? Very destructive, but at the same time... You see, it uses cells. Fire is also 5. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. You see, a fiend which has like 300 health took about like 3 shots, I want to say. I guess this is like 100 each. Noga has at least 200, so yeah, if you really focus this type of thing, it can be very destructive. Interestingly enough, though, it can't kill a zombie. Which is weird because it seems to be doing more than 200 damage per shot. So, yeah, it's rather weird. It's like a weird exception to this rule. Let's see here, like, you run here. You see, that's definitely more than 200. Let's see if I can, like, one-shot feed. It takes about 2 shots for a feed. So, yeah, you look at, like, between 200 and 300 damage. For that gun. Simple enough. Let's see here. Impulse 110. 190, my mistake. Impulse 190. And is this going to swap it to the Holman spread? There we are. This should make it even better. Watch this. That makes it even easier. Of course, it costs a lot more ammo, and that's kind of the one con. And also, if it's not quick enough, it'll basically just be a waste. Yeah, so it's basically the same as your normal hormone rocket, whatever. Impulse 9 hit, Impulse 110, Impulse 190, my mistake. Why do I keep saying 110? I don't know where 110 is coming from. But yeah, you can swap back to a regular rocket launcher. But, Impulse 111, 191, Dog Rocket! There we are. The Holman Dog Rocket. See, it's a very slow-moving rocket. It blows apart the jibs. I don't think it even does anything. I think it also doesn't cost the ammo. Change level E1 M1. I want to home some rockets on Pulse 191. Ha! I remembered. Let's see here. Dog! Yeah, you're looking at like the normal damage to a dog bite or something like that. So yeah. Grunt has about like 30 health, so you're looking at like 10 damage per shot. Just to say, rather weak. But yeah, it's kind of like the normal donkey rocket that I've had before. The interesting thing is this one bursts apart into a pile of jibs with every shot. That's an interesting mechanic, to say the least. It definitely makes a bit more sense. I prefer the dying sound that I have on the server, the actual dying sound. This one has more of the Rottweiler attack sound, which I don't feel is as appropriate here. But yeah, the jibbing is definitely an interesting mechanic. It's interesting to see like jibs fly out when you blow up the rocket launcher. But one that starts to become too many particles, it's bad enough as it is on the server. You know, that's kind of the reason I didn't add like a bunch of shotgun shells flying out everywhere or something like that. Nail projectiles and stuff like that were the best, mainly because that one actually had a practical reasoning because it would bounce around corners and all that, which felt nice. But yeah, adding a bunch of extra projectiles like jibs for no real reason doesn't really feel good. And on top of that, even if you add all these extra jibs, one, I probably would have to add a solid head to that. That means one, there'd be a bunch more annoying heads everywhere. And two, yeah, it's just not, you know, you don't really need all those extra little jibs or whatnot. Like I said, it feels like it'd get more in the way and be more of a hindrance than anything. It would be more of a distraction from what you're doing when you're shooting. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm trying to shoot something, I don't like having too many things like flying off on the sides. Because movement usually means an enemy or something like that. You want to kind of see what's going on. Like I said, the nail gun and what basically the bounce of projectiles was, you'd hit it, bounces off or whatever. It kind of made sense based on those properties of the gun. It felt different there. It was changing the actual properties and just making it that way. If you shot at an enemy, you wouldn't have that issue of it bouncing or something like that. It would just get removed still. Yeah, but having like particles flying out of here where you can see like a shotgun shell particle, or now this whereby you'd see a Rottweiler door flying out or something, it just gets distracting. Like I said, I prefer something that you could do just straight on, see what you're doing, have no real issues whatsoever, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, with that in mind, there's really not much to say about this one. As said, it was just a simple modification with some different alternate modes. But yeah, not really anything I really care about. Like I said, the spread gun feels kind of meh. You know, especially when it comes to the server, if you've been paying attention recently, I've had randomization and all that. But I really care about when it comes to that, weapons that have actual variation to them. I want to have stuff that has differences to the normal stuff. as opposed to here where it feels like it's just a different mode for a gun. I want something that has a world model, a view model. I want it to definitely look different at the very least. And not necessarily sound different. It would be nice if it sounded different, but it has to at least look different. Anyway, thank you all for watching. It's been something, I guess, and I'll see you all next time.